got to start with the biggest story of the day, and that is that Kai Havertz has done his hamstring. He is out for the rest of the season. Martinelli is out for 5 to 6 weeks. There's still going to be about another month or so until Saka returns. And Arsenal's front line is Raheem Sterling, Trossard, and Ethan Nwaneri. I tweeted earlier on today that £60 million bid that Arsenal could have made to land Ollie Watkins now seems cheap at that price when you look at those circumstances. But how big a blow, Hussam, is this to Arsenal's season? Essentially, all of their main attackers are now out for a considerable period of time. I almost feel like this is a little bit... We'll get onto what they should have done in the transfer market, but I don't remember the last time a title contender went through something like this, where, this is the equivalent. This is the equivalent of Jota, Salah, and Gakpo all being out for the rest of the season. If that happened today, or at least for the next 5-6 weeks, and one of them out for the rest of the season, it's fairly unprecedented, really bad luck. What does this do to the title race, in your opinion, Hussam?
First of all, I wouldn't say this is unprecedented. This literally happened to us last season. I could bring up literally the injuries list, and no one gave it to us as an excuse. I literally have the injury list up. I can bring it up right now.
Go on.
I can bring it up right now. Here, this is the list. This is the injury list that we had last season. Salah hamstring, Nunes leg muscle, Szoboszlai hamstring, Gravenberch ankle.
Stop. I need to see it. No, I want to hear it. So in February, did you have Salah and Gakpo out for say 5-6 weeks and your main number 9 then out for the rest of the season? Did that happen like that?
Okay, but let me finish the list first. We got Salah, Nunes, Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, Endo, Alisson, Curtis Jones, Trent, Jota, Thiago, Bajcetic, and Matip. Thiago, Bajcetic, and Matip are out till the end of the season. Jota was out for about 2 months. I think he missed about 16-17 games.
Yeah.
Trent the same. He's out for a month and a half. Curtis Jones the same. Alisson missed 14 games last season. Endo missed about 15 games last season. Gravenberch missed about 20-something games. Szoboszlai the same. Salah missed 7 games last season, plus when he went away to AFCON. Thing is, I hate... here's the thing. Listen, I will feel bad for Arsenal and all that type of stuff, but I hate when we pretend like this is unprecedented. This is not unprecedented. This has happened before.
The example I gave, though, is when... How again? I'm asking. I'm not.
But you're being too specific.
Hang on. No, I'm not being too specific. No, I'm not being too specific because you have to be. Look, we're going to get onto whether they should have bought more. That's a conversation. But when was the last time a team in the title race lost for a considerable period of time when you're going into the run-in? It's 3 main attackers for not for a week, but for 5, 6, 7 weeks. Plus one of them for the rest of the season. I'm asking for the last time we saw that happen. I don't remember it. I don't think that's an unfair statement.
Once again, you're making the example way too specific. And I'll tell you, the one thing. No, I'll tell you why you're making the example too specific. No one ever showed my club this energy. And Mo will know exactly what I'm talking about. The season where we had Reece Williams and Nat Phillips playing at centre backs with 2 DMs injured and all 3 centre-backs out at the end of the season, people called Liverpool the worst defending champions of all time. So what we're not going to do is sit up here and act like that didn't happen. Because I'm like a camel. I don't forget. I remember the stuff that happened 4 years ago. We're going to talk about all their forwards being out. I had all my centre-backs out.
Get everybody out.
And all my senior players who could play centre-back out.
We are going to get onto Arsenal's misgivings and their mistakes in this, right? But I'm not going to allow that statement to be made without it being challenged. Because what you were criticised for Liverpool back then is when you had those injuries, it was a madness. But you were playing your central midfielders as centre-backs and you lost a lot of games. As soon as Jurgen Klopp put your central midfielders back in central midfield and played your centre-backs, the Nate Phillips of this world, back in those positions, your form turned around. So that was the reason why Klopp lost an amount of sympathy for a while, is because he didn't play the players in the right positions and you were left wanting. However, of course.
So hasn't Arteta done the same?
Hang on a minute.
Yeah, before you say that, of course,
hang on a minute.
Arteta done the same?
What do you mean? I haven't seen him.
Just on your first point.
Hang on a minute.
I'm not even going to do a monologue. I'm just asking a question.
Wait, let me fucking answer. I haven't seen him put his centre-backs up front yet. What are we talking about?
He's played Trossard in the 10 when he's had Nwaneri. He's played party right back when he's had other options.
He's been criticised for that. The statement I made, okay, which I don't understand why you're challenging it. Show me where it's been a regular occurrence for a title contender to lose its main 3 attackers at this stage of the season. I don't understand why that statement is being challenged.
Okay, I'll tell you why that statement is being challenged. The reason why I'm saying it's too specific is because you're making this just about an attack thing. I gave you an example of when my 3 center backs were out at the end of the season.
Well,
even though it's not specifically the same exact scenario, it is my defenders out at the end of the year. That's it.
Cool. Okay, great. Did you win the title last season then?
Did you win the title
last season?
Did we what?
Did you win the title last season?
Last season, no, we didn't win the title.
No, you didn't, right? So logically speaking, Arsenal will not win the title this season.
Who did I say are the bottle jobs last year?
So okay, so you must be well, I'm buzzing now because you have won the title, unless you think Nottingham Forest can win the title.
When you're changing the topic. The thing is with this.
I'm not changing the topic. Okay, you know that Arsenal will not win the title, right or wrong. You say right or wrong. Okay, just say it. Just say right or wrong. You think Arsenal winning the title?
I can answer the question any way I want. Number
okay,
one.
do you? Okay, I'm asking the question and then you answer.
You're going to a separate point that has nothing to do with what I'm first discussing. I'm talking about the babying of Arsenal, which never happened to my club, and that's something that I can't stand. Because in the year that I had Reece Williams and Nat Phillips playing at centre back, they said this is the worst title defense.
You were you were 6. You were 6. You were in second.
But what
actually finished third? Thank you very much.
The problem here, Sam, is you're not having the reason I apologize for getting frustrated. The reason I'm annoyed is we're not having a grown-up conversation. You're point scoring with what idiot Arsenal fans said online 2 or 3 years ago, as opposed to having. Well, you are, because you're not having a real conversation. It's frustrating.
Yeah, okay, so your example has to be so specific where I have to find forwards out to the end of the season. Forwards out to the end of the season, centre-backs out to the end of the season. Tomato. Same shit.
No, it's not. Because for me...
Not having a centre-back, not having a forward. Same thing.
Because for me, we're talking about this particular situation, and I do think it's fairly unprecedented for a team to lose the majority of its attack force during a title race. I'm asking an example of when that happened, and what you do...
you an example.
But you didn't give it. No, you didn't. You didn't.
I'm just saying. Okay. I didn't give you an example of that specific thing that you said.
So the next time, okay, cool. The next time, every time
I gave you a similar example.
And Sam, next time you ask a question on the show about anything, I'm just going to find an example that isn't related to that and give you that instead.
Okay.
You know, I'm not going to answer the question directly. I'm not going to answer the question directly.
Let's take this a step back. Okay. Cool. No one is saying that a team had this many forwards out to the end of the season.
Then why deflect? And let's just have a conversation about it.
Okay. Can I explain it now without both of you getting rattled? Because I'm not even angry. I'm just saying something so basic. Because this example was not used before of forwards being out to the end of the season, I'm going to use a different example of centre backs being out to the end of the season. Yeah. I can actually make the claim that it's probably even more difficult to have all your centre backs.
And I understand that. But I'll tell you why I'm annoyed. People think it's me defending Arsenal. I want to talk about this problem, and we're deflecting back to Liverpool 3 years ago. I don't want to talk about that.
No, but I'm not. I'm just saying I'm saying keep the energy the same. The same people that said Liverpool are the worst title defenders of all time. Don't come here and say this. Also, Arsenal were healthy for 2 years in a row. Arsenal were healthy 2 years in a row. They didn't win fuck all. Last season, no one gave me that excuse. Why should I give them that excuse?
No one is looking for an excuse. We're trying to talk about the problem. Stop talking about weird stuff. We're having a conversation. Stop feeding the trolls.
I'm not feeding the trolls at all. I'm completely relaxed. I'm calm. I'm just talking about the fact that the energies is not kept the same. Let's keep the same energy. So, with this injury situation, yes, specifically the forwards being out at the end of the season, has not happened before. But we've had other situations where different players from different positions were out. Manchester City went through it in 2019, 2020 as well. When we won the league, they had a lot of injuries in the DM position, the centre-back position. So that's number one. Number two, when it comes to Arsenal this season, they've been very unlucky with injuries. I can never deny this. I've never denied this. I think they've been very unlucky with injuries. The thing that works against them is the 2 years that they were healthy, they didn't win anything either. So that's the reason why this conversation works against them. Now, in terms of the board and addressing it, I was here on Straight Facts, speaking to you both, saying that Arsenal should sign Ollie Watkins. That 60 million for Ollie Watkins now looks like 4 million. It looks like 3 million now compared to what could have happened. So the truth of the matter is, when it comes to the Ollie Watkins signing, I think they should have made that signing. Now, apparently, I don't know if they could do this emergency loan thing, but apparently they're looking at some random strikers and shit. I don't know if that's a possibility or not. I really don't know. But when it comes to Arsenal, yeah, they've been very unlucky with injuries, but some of it I think is a little bit self-inflicted, like overplaying certain players, like playing players in too many fixtures, maybe not rotating enough, maybe not trusting in the youth. Like Lewis Skelly has come and been a fantastic player. I think they could have trusted him in the left back or in the midfield. Nwaneri's come and been an absolutely fantastic player, and he's having like kind of his breakout year. So I think he would have helped had he played in terms of like more games, more fixtures, maybe rested Saka a little bit had he been trusted. Maybe Arteta doesn't rotate as much as like a Slot does or a Pep does. I don't know, to be honest with you. But yes, they are very unlucky with injuries. I don't really deny that. The same way they came into the season prepared for depth in terms of like center back and full back depth, they should have came into the season prepared for forward line depth as well. Specifically, given the fact that they are looking at competing in all competitions. And I saw your tweet earlier on, and I do agree with it. Listen, that's 60 million for Watkins now. This looks like pennies. Like now, if Arsenal had an Ollie Watkins in their team, they really wouldn't be bothered. The one thing I will say that's really funny though about this whole like Havertz thing is, it's funny seeing the same people that don't rate Havertz at all go like, oh shit, we're fucked. Havertz is out at the end of the season. Yeah, but like you don't even rate the guy. Imagine Nunes is out to the end of the season. God forbid. I never wish injury on anyone. But like, let's say Nunes is out to the end of the season and I come here and have a meltdown. Why should I? I don't rate the guy.
but the thing about that is that because you don't have any other option. But the way I'm looking at this is that problem now is I'm seeing a lot of Arsenal fans are saying that our title push now is not going to happen because we have Havertz injury. The same people that used to say that we're not going to win the title, that means you don't believe that you're going to win the title. Even before Havertz was injured, and before Martinelli was injured, right? So the problem now, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, do Arsenal fans really at the end of the season are going to say we didn't win the title because of the injuries? Or are you going to put context into it because you dropped so many points early and because Liverpool are doing well? You can't have it both. You can't say we're not going to win the title because of the injuries. Yes, the injuries happen, but you should have prepared. But that is besides the point. Even when your full team was available in the beginning of the season, you had one guy or only two guys out, you weren't performing well. You dropped points to Aston Villa from a 2-0 lead up. You dropped points to other team. You had the red cards and all this stuff. It is not because of the injuries, in my opinion. This is just going to give some people excuses to say, yeah, we didn't win the title because of injuries. But that's not the truth, though. Unless someone in the chat thinks that that is the truth. Like, we're going to do revisionism now because of Kai Havertz's injury and say, Arsenal would have won the title if they didn't have injuries. I don't think so. You were behind with Saka in the team, with Havertz in the team. Your manager and your board shows this situation. You reinforce the defense. You reinforce the midfield. That's why you don't have problems even when someone gets injured. You didn't have problems in the beginning of the season because you have Thomas Partey, Declan Rice, but you always have problems when it comes to the forward line because you don't have enough, because you don't trust your attackers normally. And that is what people are going to say, oh, we had injuries. Oh, see, Arteta would have won the league. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I don't think that Arsenal from here are going to win the Premier League. I thought Liverpool are the favorites to win the title by a big margin earlier when Saka got injured. But now, Dubai or not Dubai, you don't have a striker. You're going to play Raheem Sterling or freaking Trossard up top. You're not going to win the title. It's not going to happen. We know that Liverpool are going to run with it. Arsenal, actually, now I don't trust him even finishing second, to be honest with you. I don't think they are. Unless some people think that Arsenal can cope with all these injuries. I don't think so. They should have signed someone. But Arsenal fans need to wake up. It's because of the board didn't reinforce in the summer, not now, not in the January transfer window. You trusted Havertz. You wanted Havertz to be your starter, and you don't like him, and the board stuck with him. Now he's injured. It's just kind of a weird situation for Arsenal, to be honest.
The thing is, they had some of these things are in their hand, though. Like, even Arsenal fans have criticized Arteta for playing Saka so much. Me and you have had conversations with Arsenal fans. So has Terry. He has received, like, I'm talking even like from quote unquote Arteta inners, like I'm talking about like even from people who like him have said like, okay, we play Saka a bit too much here, like there has been constructive criticism around Arteta's use of the players. I mean, I could give you an example of a dead rubber game that Arsenal had and a dead rubber game that Liverpool had. One, we sent the kids and we're like, who cares, first or second doesn't matter. The other one, they're playing Odegaard, Partey, Rice against Girona. So like, I don't know. You could have a deeper conversation about this.
Yeah. Look, I feel there's so many plates spinning on this conversation.